Good morning. It's a pretty cold morning this morning. It's actually, the mean temperature is actually not all that bad. It's about 10 degrees now. It's warmed up about 5 degrees. But with the wind chill, it's pretty chilly. You can see the cows at 15. You can see the cows have all got snow on their backs. It's snowing lightly. Out here feeding these guys, making sure they're taken care of. I don't know if you can see in there, I've given them a little bit of extra pellets as well. With cows' systems, eating actually warms up their body. It's almost like a fermentation process. So when they eat, it will help warm them up. Additionally, you can see their coats are doing their job. They've all got snow on their back, which is actually a good thing. Their body is producing good heat, but the hair and the coat, the undercoat, is all providing enough insulation that the snow is not melting. So it's actually a good layer of insulation that they've got. You can see that it's not melting on their back. If it were melting on their back, then that would be a problem. But they're all doing pretty well. We're having that cold weather that I predicted the other day. Hi, sweetheart. 15 was hoping I had a treat. But this is the cold weather that I predicted the other day. It's not as cold as it's going to be yet. It's going to be below zero. It's supposed to cool off tonight, this afternoon, probably when the sun goes down. It's going to cool off even worse. We're going to be well below zero, and then with wind chill factor, it'll be quite a bit worse. So we'll try to take care of these guys today, make sure they've got plenty of feed, and make sure they're taken care of, and keep them in good condition here during this cold snap. You'll see I've got that water tank. I'm going to go check it now, make sure that it's set up. I'll show you the ice. It's already coming over the creek pretty good now. So anyway, I'm going to go take care of the rest of the cows. Excuse me, yeah, that cow and the calves, and take care of their water. Okay, I don't know if you remember or not, or if you saw the video, but the other day I showed how much the ice is moving out onto even this moving water. You can see that water is not real slow. It's pretty fast moving, but the ice, due to this cold, is really stretching out there, going to cross that river. Excuse me, it's really getting wide. It's going to cross the creek here. I don't know if it's going to get cold enough tonight to cover or go all the way across the creek here, but you can see that it's really starting to get over there quite a bit. It makes it a lot more difficult for the cows to get water, and that's the reason we set up that other tank. You can see it's protruding out here again. And that you can see on the other side over here, you can see it's all along the edge right there. It's moving out towards that faster water, and here doing the same thing. So that's the reason we're giving filling that other tank of water, making sure the cows have got plenty of access to good water. So anyhow, I'm going to get these guys some water moving, and I'm going to continue feeding. Okay, one of the things that I'm doing today is, this is that younger cow, number one. She's got the calf. So what I'm going to do today, you can see I've already given her some pellets. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give her a little extra hay here, keeping it in this little outbuilding here that's it's pretty bad shape. We're going to do some work on it here this spring, this summer. Sorry, calves really think that they are going without today. Anyhow, I've given her a half bale there in those. I've got another half bale here. I'm going to put it in another container so that she's got plenty to eat. And then what I'm going to do is over there in the corner. Oh, heck. Okay, I'm back. What's happened, what just happened was one of the cows from way out there, who knows the deal, came all the way over here and started getting into that bag of pellets right there. She's a pretty smart one, that one. Anyway, I gave her some pellets as well. She could use it. She's a little thin. She's one of my older cows. Anyhow, getting back to what I was planning is over here in the corner, I'm going to put down a bunch of straw. I'm going to break this bale of straw here. I'm going to spread it out in that far corner there so that that calf will have something to lay on, and that'll help keep her up off the ground a little bit, give her some insulation, and help keep her warm. All right. So that calf, she doesn't have as much insulation as the rest of the cows have got. She's not as big. She loses body heat a heck of a lot faster. So what we'll do is we'll spread this straw in here real good, and that'll help get her up off the ground. It'll hold in some of her body heat, and it will insulate her and help her stay warm when it's cold like this. You got to make sure you take care of those young ones there. Like I said, they don't have quite as much body heat. They lose it a lot faster. They don't have that layer of fat that, say, an older cow who's been on grass and just has a good layer of fat on them. These little ones, they don't have all that. So you got to do a little extra for them. You can see I kind of spread some yesterday, but it wasn't quite as good as what I'm getting done here. This will keep her out of the weather, out of the wind. And she'll be able to stay a little warmer. Poor girl. It's tough on them when they're small and it's this cold. That's why we typically do not calve during this time of year, because we don't want them to have to go through that. But she's taking off. You can see Mama's doing well. She's got a good layer of snow on her, so her body's doing what it's supposed to. Calf has got a little snow on it, but you can see there's quite a bit of difference here. Calf, she doesn't have quite the layer of insulation that these guys do. Mama's looking pretty good here. Let's see. Where are you, baby? There you are. So that'll help her quite a bit. We'll get her up off the ground and get her taken care of. All right, I've got to go get this hose thawed out. Oh, she thinks she's all that. I got to get this hose thawed out. Just laying there on the ground as I was trying to get these guys water, it got slushy and froze up. So I got to go get it thawed out and drained, and then come back and fill up their water. One good thing with these guys is this smaller tank is a little easier to keep thawed. Even so, you can see we got a little layer of ice on there. I got to make sure we break that and get that to where they have full access to this the whole way. I'm actually going to let it drain down a little bit. Sorry about that. Face is getting a little frozen. I'm going to let them drink that down a little bit. It will help the heater keep that water warm, because there won't be as much water to heat. So it'll actually help that heater keep things thawed out. Last thing I got to do before I take off is give these guys some grain. The calves, you can hear them bawling. They're getting a little spoiled is what they are. But I do have a bag of pellets to give them, so I'm going to make sure that they get taken care of really quickly. Just wanted to point out, you can see even with those tank heaters in there, it's getting a little cold. I'm going to have to get this ice out of there. Make sure this afternoon I'm going to come back and make sure that they got plenty of fresh water and that this is thawed out enough they can get to it. Give these guys some grain. You can see as I go here, some of these, sorry about the noise, some of these younger ones or smaller ones don't get quite as much grain to start with, or pellets may I say, because the others will bully them out of the way. So what I do is I distribute it out just like everything else. Sorry about the noise. And that way these younger ones and these smaller ones have access to it as well. So I've got 3 tubs in here. Hey, Bully. Ouch. And the bigger ones, We'll continue to move around trying to find which pile is best. And this will give everybody plenty of access. All right. I pointed this out in one of the earlier videos that one of the things you have to know about homesteading or having animals, livestock, and that kind of thing is you don't get days off. These guys have always got to feed. They've always got to have fresh water. Doesn't matter how cold it is. Doesn't matter if it's snowing. Doesn't matter what the deal is. Christmas morning, I was out here feeding water and just the same. Just something we all have to have in the back of our minds getting into this, knowing that these guys have always got to be taken care of. It doesn't matter what things are like, what the weather is or anything else. Other thing I can see here clearly is that their hay bunk is starting to get a little low here. So I'll open it up. There's still plenty of feed in here right now, but we'll let these guys get in here and kind of clean this up. And then we'll get another bale in here. I've got to come back this afternoon and check their water. So I'll check that feed bunk as well. And if they need a bale tonight, we'll get them one this evening. Otherwise, we'll get one in the morning.